I gotta do the YouTube thing because I had the YouTube events thing. You gotta like do the whole preview of this last week.
Oh, you didn't.
But anyways,
You didn't like let it like on a schedule or something like that.
no, I did. I had it like as an event. So what you have to do with the YouTube events is you have to like preview the stream and then like start the stream. So,
Okay. Might as well open my side too.
what is on your side?
Oh yeah. We can start whenever.
Give me a second, got it. Anyways, we might as well just start and then wait for others to join a bit. But yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? James here, Charles over there. He's already said that. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Dojo, where we discuss whatever's randomly happening right now.
You're being really quiet.
Am I?
The way I hear is like.
Because I'm talking like a little bit fast. Yeah.
It sounds like there's something stuck in your nose today. I don't know why.
Might be. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of ever since this morning, but whatever. We'll deal with it. Yeah, it seems like it might be bad timing today, but let's just talk anyway. Get it out of the way.
But we always go with the same schedule, though.
Yeah, it's always the same time, but like we haven't done one in a while, especially because like the past 2 weeks were basically just dead on it.
We're not dead.
But we're just gone, you know.
All right, sure. So let's just go on ahead to our topics for the day, which is Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas. Well, Christmas for JP. NA already had their Christmas, which was with Santa Alta. That was like quite a while ago. While they were having that, we had POR4. That's right, with Abigail, and that happened and finished while I was overseas in Australia. So yeah, you finished it. How was that?
It was shit. It was surprisingly shit. Like, you probably didn't watch my streams, but on my streams I also mentioned that it was pretty disappointing, the fact that we play it, but it seems like as if they didn't do or put any effort in at all in this whole chapter. It seems like it was just rushed and basically used as a placeholder while they prepare for Christmas event. That's what it feels like to me, because 7 chapters and fucking like 4 of those chapters are just fucking click your own adventure.
I have to say the battles were not great.
The battles were just fucking meh, man. Like, even a retard can fucking pass it easily. Like, the only challenging one was at the end where Abigail kept reviving, and that was it.
Yeah, that trick was kind of like if you ran into it blind, you would have been like.
I was starting to understand the fact that why they fucking force you to, like, you know, stop at certain point of the chapter and not let you progress on, because if they do, you'll find out that they didn't fucking do anything for the whole fucking new EOR4, because you can literally finish it in a day by just clicking and skipping.
I think like definitely that chapter was more focused on the story, and
even if it's focused on the story, it's fucking short as fuck.
It's only short because we kept skipping. Like the actual story between the battles is really long. I heard anyway. I mean, you were reading through it, so I saw.
I don't know, like legit. After I saw it, after I went through the whole chapter, I was like, that's it. Like, legit, that's it. Maybe it's because they made the last chapter so good that the chapter afterwards is just Maybe that's what I think, but I don't know, man. Like this chapter was legit. I feel like it feels like one of those Naruto fillers out there.
Like the gameplay was Like I agree with that, but like I think maybe the story was better. Like considering that I couldn't read it, so I can't really say. So yeah, if you actually read it and you spend a good day reading that shit, days then knock you out to the next part. Yeah, exactly.
I was reading it halfway through, but like it was just, how do I say it? Even though it's like story oriented, like I understand like most of the story, but the fact that I don't know, it just feels to me that that's all they put in. And like they didn't introduce any new elements whatsoever, because remember what they said in the live video last time that we streamed together.
About what?
They were saying this whole game is supposed to be role playing. You're meant to be role playing as one of the, it's like playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's a tactics strategy game.
Hey Chris, what's up?
But the fact that I played through the whole thing, but I don't feel any tactics in it. Or strategy.
I mean, I think it was just in reference to the story, how it's supposed to be like a tabletop RPG. But I feel like they could have shown that much more.
I wouldn't really call the story a tabletop RPG as well. It's just basically them doing plays.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the plays were interesting. Some of them were pretty funny. Like, the three Juns were supposed to be the three little pigs. If you, that part.
The three Juns.
I mean, some of them.
That battle wasn't that hard.
It wasn't hard. It was just the story was funny. But then the fact that after the story, I was like, oh, are we gonna be introduced to like a new play element? Like, there's going to be D&D, like strategy. Like, are we gonna have to be in this position or that position? But
yeah, that would have been interesting.
it's like click, 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 click.
A lot more.
Then it's just battle, and then revive, and then oh, it's over.
I kind of wish that they were actually choose their own adventure.
Which is what they promoted in the live session.
What they said.
That's what they said in the live session, and none of them came to light. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not so happy with this chapter, because if you don't have it, don't say you have it.
Like in terms of like the whole RPG, I think they'd expect it to be a little bit more there, but then I guess it did kind of fall flat on that aspect, right? Yeah. But overall, as a player, that was just doing big battles, and it was disappointing. So yeah, they did introduce a new class, Foreigner, though.
I don't know. It feels a bit. I can feel a bit of a sarcasm from that class. I don't know why, but that's just me. A foreigner class, a fucking gaijin class.
Gaijin class. Even gaijins are stronger than berserkers. That's how scared of gaijins they are. Like because of those live segments, I thought people were going to have to wait for translators to do a job and shit. Yeah, I thought so too. We thought so too, but turned out not to be the case.
Like
they said, the game was gonna, the chapter was gonna be a lot more focused on story. I do remember hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, because they said it's gonna be a role playing D&D style tabletop strategy in this whole chapter.
Yeah, but it didn't end up.
It didn't happen.
It was a battle.
And then like I don't know, like remember with what was with the Babylon chapter, you can actually change the outcome of your battles by depending which choice you make.
Yeah, you can change what kind of battle you have.
Yeah.
By making choices in the dialogue.
I don't think we have that in the new chapter either.
They haven't done that since then.
But then they said it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing, which I thought it's going to be happening, but
to be honest, I think they should bring that back. You know, like your dialogue affecting your battles. I mean, like it makes for interesting battle, like especially if it could like completely change the battle. You know, like just make it like completely different.
But if you ask me, right, like the EOR chapters, I reckon like the Shinjuku chapter and fucking shit, is it Samosa?
Samosa is the one with Musashi.
Yeah, like these two were like really well planned and everything was executed so well. Like the one with Thick Caster was kind of but you know it's still kind of funny because of all these funny like challenges and mechanics they have with like Hercules coming in, bouncing in and out like a Beyblade and Yo-Yo. And then like this Abigail chapter where you're like, oh, it's gonna be D&D, or it's gonna be role playing, tabletop, roll the dice and all that shit which they mentioned in the live session, and then none of that stuff happened.
But apparently the reason why we're half level is because the clock tower is interfering with us.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. So apparently the clock tower is like, oh, we're all scared of you and your servants and your magical bullshit. So you're gonna be half level kind of shit.
It doesn't matter, dude. He's got Merlin to pump his ass up.
And there's going to be a new director at the end of this. So at the beginning of chapter 2, I guess.
Guess who's gonna be?
What? Not Mary. Not Olga Mary.
From what I assume, right, it's most likely gonna be Kenneth's sister. Kenneth's sister.
So it's Deerwood's master.
No, Deerwood's master dead.
Deerwood's master is
Kenneth's sister, little sister.
Kenneth's sister.
Because basically Waver is like her fucking on that hole.
True. Okay, Musashi is probably as good because they probably had their shit figured out since 2 years. Considering they did release Musashi at like New Year's. Which brings me to the topic actually. Who do you think is going to come for New Year's?
What New Year's?
Because like they release a new servant on New Year's, like how they released Musashi this year, right? So next year they're going to release a new servant probably. And as one of the updates, I should mention, right? Because the event that just happened this morning or last night, I can't remember. It's called the Winter Pharaoh Great Thanksgiving. You know the event where we got one rider gem for?
That is like the fucking most fucking catchiest thing I've seen in my life.
So yeah, okay, that event was actually kind of significant. It had a couple of announcements, and a couple of the announcements was so we're going to get 10 SQ and a Memorial CE later. If everyone here is Yuki, I assume. If you have not, what are you doing? Also, there's going to be Tamamo NP animation and sprite animation revamp that was shown, but hasn't been announced for when yet. And also, the Guarantee Gacha is coming, and it's been announced who's in the Guarantee Gacha. So the Guarantee Gacha this time is including limited. It has it's 2 pools. Basically, one pool is the Knight classes with Ruler and Avenger, and the other pool is Cavalry, Alter Ego, and Foreigner. I have a picture here if you want it, Charles. Throw it up.
Okay, you can pass it to me. But if you ask me about New Year's server, right, I kind of have a gist. Don't give it to me online, man. Give it to me on Skype.
On Skype? Okay, Skype. Sure.
I kind of think, like, remember, like, at the very start of the game, they actually made Majin Saber?
Majin Saber, they had Okita and Nobu, but I don't think Majin Saber's debuted in anything except, like...
It was confirmed in the magazine. That's coming.
Yeah, magazine. That's right. In the magazine.
But it was never said when.
But yeah, so that being said, Tamamo is getting an MP and animation revamp. I'm thinking we might get Tamamo's story now. What do you reckon? Like, you know, with her and the whole Amaterasu thing. Because she's getting an MP animation revamp.
I don't think we will be getting anything regarding to the extra servants because most likely the extra servants will have their own story in the upcoming anime, so they will use that as a bridge to make another collab. That's how I see it coming.
No, the way I see it is that everything interlocks with everything. So they can show Tama and Amaterasu the whole beast, and because like extra anime is going to cover Fate extra and maybe have some like additional stuff inside it that's kind of hidden. But I think they could use this chance to explore that because it has been said that Amaterasu had the potential to be a beast.
It's true. Like the reason why I think like it might be Margin Saber as well is because the New Year servants, somehow the theme it's always Japanese servants as well. Like last year you have Musashi.
This year Musashi's the last year.
Fine, this year.
What was that last year?
I'm trying to think what it was, but it was, if I remember, it was a Japanese servant as well. Actually, no, was it Da Vinci? It was Da Vinci. It was Da Vinci, I think. It was when we made that stupid Daily Lives of FGO thing. And then we were making it based on that poll, remember?
I don't think it's the...
Oh, Amakusashiro?
It was the Indian twin, Kana and Arjuna.
They're not Indian.
Yeah. Aren't they? They're from Indian lore. That's what I thought.
I don't think
Kana
you
and Arjuna.
can't really say that it's Indian law. It's like Hindu.
Hindu. I'm sorry.
It's like
No racism intended. Very sorry.
you're gonna get your ass bagged like how Pavati got bagged hard. So there was the pool of the gacha, the guaranteed gacha. Who knows? Maybe Roman will come back.
He's kind of wiped off his existence though. That's really hard to bring back.
It's okay. You have someone like Shiki to bring it back.
Can she do that?
Yes, she can. She's on the boundary.
But just being on the boundary doesn't really bring someone from the because they've completely wiped this distance out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what.
Gone.
If you have watched the last K&K movie, she said she has the ability to restore something that's not meant to be there.
Okay.
And she also had the ability to remove anything from existence, because she's the one that's closest to the boundary.
So it's not impossible, maybe.
Maybe I don't know, but
yeah, we'll see. I don't have high hopes for it right now, anyway. But I definitely hope we get Amaterasu's story. I'm really looking forward to that. Whenever they do. But yes, okay. So that is the announcements.
all right.
From this morning.
Well,
We'll get on to the NA side for now. Well, like briefly touch on what's happening in NA. NA just released London, and which London comes forward. Any thoughts about this, Joes? Since when you played it like an hour longer?
I couldn't hear you just now because what happened was I think something wrong with your earphone cable. It kept making this buzzing sound.
Okay. My earphone cable.
Yeah, I can hear it again. But yeah, it's got really bad connectivity. But it's okay as long as you don't move it. I can hear you.
Okay. maybe I'll change my preference.
It doesn't matter. It's fine now.
But yeah, so London just came out for Andrew. And with London came Mordred. So what do you think about London? Since when you played it?
Remaster might be a possibility. With London, what about London again?
What do you think about London since when you played it like ages ago?
When I played it ages ago, the only thing I can remember was me falling asleep in the stream when we were rushing it, and you're like, Charles, wake up! We're still streaming! Charles, you have to finish it! And I'm just like, oh my god, kill me. That was legit how I felt. And then afterwards, what I remember was fucking trying to rush through this whole thing so I can clear it, so I can gacha for Lanceria Alta.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And then I don't know, man. I remember the first thing I saw in London, and the one thing that annoyed me the most was Tesla.
Why?
Because he just looked like one of those fucking faggots from those Disney movies, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's true.
Like his body physique is just so Disney.
He's like who's that guy? Gastor or something?
From what?
Yeah, the guy that's all acts like old manly, kind of curly hair, and like, yeah, he's like, kind of.
No, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of. Have you watched The Emperor's New Groove when you were a kid? Where the guy becomes an alpaca or llama, whatever you call it. And then there's this fucking dumbass that carries the queen around. Yeah, that guy.
But London was okay if I remember. Like it's
London was interesting actually.
It's still before still before it actually get hard. So it's not bad. You can kind of go through it okay. Not too challenging. I remember when Mordred came out and Jack is featured in London as well. Jack came out. Christmas.
I remember spending a lot of money for Mordred.
Oh yeah, spent a lot of money for Mordred, and then you realize that's area also with the gacha, so you're like, no! And to rush through the story so that you can get that area alpha. Probably be able to total of what? 1,000 USD plus on that?
I think around 1,000. 10 packs.
Yeah. Tesla's actually epic.
I don't know, man. He just looks like one of those faggots, man, and it just really annoys me. And is that really typical long hair and all that stuff? The real Tesla looks nothing like that. So I'm like,
yeah, the real Tesla looks nothing like that. Like he's actually not bad as a servant. I guess he's got Pioneer of the Stars. It's a 50% charge. Gen stars. Generally, I think percent charge, but anyone is really good. Drake, she's insane. I can't remember exactly what else he has, but nah. So, like most of the time, I'm just like, I don't have it. It's kind of irrelevant to it. But yeah, that's Tesla. What about Mordred?
Mordred, I just remember spending a lot of money for it. Like, I never actually used my own Mordred.
Really?
Nah, I probably used it.
I never really see.
I probably used it once because I have so many sabers. Like, there wasn't any point. Like, the saber I use most now is Musashi, but back then when Musashi wasn't out, let's talk about London, right? The one I used the most was actually I think it's normal saber.
Arturia?
Yeah, it was blue saber, and fucking Okita.
Or should we say Altria?
No, like I remember using fucking I was using the quick food layout to clear London.
Yeah, that's right.
It was always Okita with Jack with Skaha, and you just fucking like, because every turn you get like fucking 60 stars or some shit.
Yeah, because Jack and Okita generate a lot of stars, and Skaha they shower a huge amount of damage for those stars. But yeah, For me, I didn't have Mordred back then. I don't think I have a lot back then. What was I using? I didn't have that many 5-stars back then, actually.
Ah, you do. You have Skaha. Stop lying.
I had Skaha. That was the only one I had. Skaha. She wasn't even maxed out at the time, because I was still leveling her. I think I had Dion and Martha at the time. That's who I was relying on. And support, of course. I was still using support. Because back in the days when I was a noob.
I remember back then I get a lot of friend requests.
Not anymore, man.
I still do get it.
Yeah? Okay. Let's be honest, your friend, this is terrible. It could be better, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not that fussed about friendless though, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter much.
I don't pick friends. I welcome them.
My versus saber is Altera, actually. Attila. Yeah. Funny that I have MP4.
I can't really hear you, James.
Can't hear me, okay.
You're being awfully quiet.
I'm being normal, at least I think I am. Or maybe my mic sensitivity is down. Or you turned it.
I didn't turn it down actually. Wait. I might have turned you down.
Because you turned me down like ages ago over that. So probably haven't done it back up.
How did I do that again?
Click on my name.
And then?
It should be a scale, right?
Wait.
Like right click my name.
Right click your name.
I couldn't find any Mordred friend support in NA, is it just me? I assume it's because Mordred's just a little bit early, but Mordred's actually not bad, because I have Mordred now, and yeah, I'm like I have Altera, why would I be using Mordred? But the good thing about Mordred is that she has a big charge. Her last skill is a helm of something, right? Actually gives one turn defense up and MP charge of 30% at max. So you can combine that with like K-scope or whatnot, so you can like instant MP. It's good for like farming hands or wiping or like speed runs and stuff like that. So it's not bad. She's okay.
Okay.
The real problem with Altria then, the fact Altria sounds close to Altera, they should have stuck to Altoria. I think they should have stuck to Altoria too. But I guess they wanted to
No.
choose something.
If you read Altria in Japanese way, it's actually you can read it as Alteria.
Yeah, I know. Because it goes Arutoria.
Yeah.
Right? because in Japanese they don't have an L sound, they replace it with R sounds. So Arutoria. Yeah, basically. So Mordred is not bad. She's pretty decent, and she hits pretty hard as well. I don't think she hits as hard as the OG Saber, so Arturia.
OG Saber is pretty bad, just saying, and she has to stay bad, unfortunately.
This OG Saber doesn't have anything to hit. She hits pretty hard, but that's about it. Like Altera's NP might not hit as hard, but her overall damage hits harder, so she's just much better. She's just got more, what is it?
Probably
More
like
tech
Lancelot
options.
Saber is even better than Lancelot Saber.
Lancelot Saber's a different gameplay style, but yeah. Like if you want to compare Lancelot Saber to the SSR, it'd be Narrow Bride. And Narrow Bride is freaking insane.
Narrow Bride. You don't get. Wait,
good.
Narrow Bride was Valentine's, right? No, it was during.
Narrow Bride is Valentine's.
It was during Chinese New Year. That's what I remember. Because I remember like walking down to a Japanese 7-Eleven to buy an iTunes card.
Artoria's NP hits really hard because Artoria has mana burst, which is like 50%, and she has charisma, which is like 20%. she had her interview as well, so they're on the same stance. But Altera has basically military tactics and whatever her attack up skill is. So her attack up skill lasts for 3 turns, but her military tactics is like 20%. So they kind of like her buffs for NP are kind of like a little bit less. So she hits a little bit less on NP, but overall she does a lot more damage. So her attack up skill is for 3 turns, and it's a really big attack up skill on herself. And Mordred hits harder on saber faces. Like, well, technically Artorias. Yeah, Crystal stuff. But yes, okay, on to JP, I guess. That's basically all in a... but Altera the Santa. Were you expecting that?
No, actually. No, I don't think anyone expected Attila.
Me neither. I don't think anyone expected
No,
that.
I don't think anyone expected Attila to be in the new event as a free servant. And you can tell, like, they spent so much effort in designing that free servant. Those animations. Like, look at Brian Hilda. She's a 5-star limited character and she has the most fucking worst animations in the world. Then you look at Attila, a free servant with, like, dragoon sheeps flying around. Do you know how much animation cost that is?
Well, I mean, like, given that, how new Altera is compared to Brian Hilda. Brian Hilda's very old. She's like nearly 2 years old now, actually.
She's probably the servant with the worst animation right now. I'm not even kidding.
I didn't say that. Servant with the worst animation.
Then which one's the worst animated servant in your opinion?
Definitely gotta be one of the old servants. Which one? I think they've upgraded a fair number of them. They already upgraded Orion and Drake. Is that true? Arcana? Arcana's animation is just really decent. Just realized something to both of you recently getting a haircut. Yeah, we did. If you watched the update video that I posted on YouTube. Yeah, me and Charles got haircuts yesterday, so while I was picking up my pair of glasses, which I got new lenses for because my other ones were like beat up like to death. But yeah.
How did you damage those lenses? In Australia or what?
I don't know how I damaged them. Like after a while I realized that I was just like, oh shit, they're like scratched beyond repair. So it wasn't in Australia. It was way before that. I just like, you know, I just stuck to those. Like I can't be bothered. Yeah, I guess all the servants using old caster animations on the actual ones.
I guess Mata Hari, but then she's a 2-star.
Yeah, if we're talking 5 stars, which are the ones that are like, you know, still really bad? So Brian Hilda has not had an animation upgrade. I know that for sure. Like Brian Hilda's been shafted for quite a long time, actually.
Probably the worst one for 5-star.
I mean, she only came back once in terms of gacha, Brian Hilda. Technically twice if you count the guarantee.
Like, you know something is wrong when Vlad has better animation.
Vlad got his animation upgrade. Also, Vlad did a Pokemon. But that wasn't the reason why he got an upgrade though. Or at least, I don't think so. Because he got upgraded before the anime started.
So yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so Altera is like, her animations are freaking insane. Her skills are not bad. She's got a target charge, so 20% charge.
I would say she's better than Ishtar at some point.
Damage up. Better than which Ishtar? Rider Ishtar?
Archer.
Why Archer Ishtar?
In this event.
No, in this event, yeah. But like, I mean, like
in general, no. In general,
Ishtar's got, you know, her 50% charge up, and she's got.
I thought it was 70.
Ishtar's 50% MP charge. there's no skill with Septi. No, there is, but it's yeah. um, and she's got the Charisma variant and her Manavist variant, which are pretty insane. So she's really good at field clearing. But I've read reviews on Altera, and they say that her she's not better than Kuro because she does really good in terms of like one turn damage, but she can't like spam MP as fast as like Kuro or Archeria can. So overall, they will deal more damage than she can because her MP gain is not amazing. I mean, if you're comparing to Kuro and Archeria, you really can't compare to those two because those two are basically monsters in terms of MP gain. So it's kind of not fair. And then we have her Erishkigal. So, what do you think about Erishkigal, Charles?
A bit too good.
A bit too good? Okay, explain.
I wouldn't say she's like probably the best Lancer there right now because like she's like her set's really good, especially with her third skill. Her first skill is also pretty damn good because pretty much gives her all buffs and all that stuff. But then the problem with her is she's a AoE Lancer when it comes to MP animation.
Animation, or you mean the
MP. So, like in the crew meta of single target MP, she kind of has a downfall here. That's probably like if she has a single target MP, then most likely she'll be the best Lancer right now.
Fair. I mean, in terms of single target MPs, because single target MP, like these days you want boss killers mainly.
Yeah.
But Erishkigal's MP is not.
Oh, to be honest, she's not really an offensive servant. She's more of a support kind of servant. So
yeah, that's what I would say too. She's more of a support kind of Lancer.
But she still does quite a fair bit amount of damage output, if you ask me. So
for a support, yes.
If you can get her, just get her. That's what I will say. But
yeah, especially because she's limited. I mean, you might have a chance with this card, you know, coming. I guarantee. Gacha.
I mean, if James can get it, I'm pretty sure you guys can get it.
Technically, you got it for me.
I still think that was pretty funny. It's like this guy was like so desperate.
I was so desperate. I mean, I was just like rolling because I wanted it. Like, okay, I'll roll. I get Altera. Like, okay, I'll roll again. And then Charles wanted to roll, so he's like, okay, he can roll. And he gets a shot. Like, okay.
And then like he's still at like I think you still at like 60 quartz left, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get it because she's like, I'm gonna go for MP2 because she's like really good and blah 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 blah. I'm like, you haven't even used her yet. And then like I was like, you know what? Most likely you're gonna be getting Attila's. That's all you'll be getting. And then like when he clicked on it, like Attila just starts coming. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Literally in the next roll, I got two Alteras, like one after the other. I was like, holy shit.
And then like afterwards, we went out for dinner, right? And then on the way back, he was like, Charles, did you know Abigail's like last day, so I think we should gacha. And then I was like, okay, if you say so, whatever you say. So bought a pack, and then I was in the car park, right? So I was like, you know what, just wait for me, let me get out of the car park first, then we'll see. So
wait, you said let's get in the car, and then you do it before you drive, and then you're driving, so I'm like, how are you gonna roll for me when you drive? So
and then he started rolling in the car, and then I'm like,
I started rolling while he was driving, and then the whole pack was just shit.
Did you even get a 4-star?
I mean, it makes sense considering I did just get MP4 Altera, so I'm like, okay. and then Charles was like,
no, and then so I was like, I parked the car. I was like, let's get another pack. And then this time let me do it. And you don't touch it. So I parked the car on the road, legit click on it, and then the first thing it spin was like this gaijin spinner. And then I was like, oh, James, you suck. And that was literally it.
I don't suck. You're just fucking amazing, like retarded, man. Like, god damn.
No, if I have amazing luck, right, on the last stream, I would have gotten, like, 3 Erishka Gales, then I would go for MP5 Erishka Gale.
You got an Altera. Okay, getting something at all is insane enough already. The fact that I got MP4 Altera is already pretty insane. You get Erishka and Abigail. I was like, the first shot both times. So I'm just like, what can I say?
The only thing I can say is, what are you gonna do without me, man?
Oh, there you go. So Charles still has that magic finger, guys.
Nah.
He's still got the magic finger.
Nah.
Let him poke your butthole for you.
You think too much. But overall this Christmas event was pretty entertaining, if you ask me. It's a bit different than the usual Christmas.
The event was pretty fun. Like especially because the event is limited to people who have finished Babylonia. So they know that people who are playing this event have to be relatively good. Sorry, for lack of better words, have to be relatively decent. So they did have a fair number of hard quests in terms of the story, and then there was the challenge quest. Have you done those, Charles?
Hmm?
Challenge quest.
Which one?
The one with Lanceria, Alta, and Merlin.
Fucking killed her in 3 turns, man.
Yeah, it was like really easy. I was like, yeah, whatever.
You basically use Musashi with Merlins, and then you just go ha ha, and then it just dies.
I think I actually used Nero Bride. Yeah, I was just like MP. So yeah, MP chain. But it was pretty easy for Charles, I guess. So that wasn't too bad. And then there was the previous match before that and stuff like that. So yeah, they were pretty fun. Actually, not bad. The farming is okay. So hard. I guess it's a little bit annoying.
I think the event ends tomorrow, right?
The event ends in like 2 days, or 2 or 3 days. So for anyone who has not finished yet, do finish now. You should already finish, and farm lottery boxes if you can. That's what I'm doing when I have time, just farming lottery boxes. I need the skill chips.
Rejo Taku, thank you for following. Thank you.
Also, fuck DW for not giving us so that they can boost curse.
You know what? Fuck DW for giving us that stupid gem, that rider gem. You know what fucking people in Grand Blue get? They get 9,000 crystals with this whole bunch of materials in the Damascus bar.
Hey, we get 10 quartz now. So
we didn't get 10 quartz. We got fucking a rider gem. A fucking rider gem. Like, you guys probably don't have enough of these gems to skill up. I mean, even though you need 5 for leveling the first skill to level 2, I'm just gonna give you 1. That gives you motivation.
I'm pretty sure that was just a joke. So yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. We still haven't.
Because we're getting the 10 quartz tomorrow.
Wow, 10 quartz. What are you gonna do with it?
10 quartz, so good. And
like, you just need another 20, so you can go for 10 rolls.
The Kali be used for guarantee gacha. Yeah, it's a guarantee gacha. Yeah.
Like, I fucking opened my Grand Blue yesterday. It's got like so much giveaways. I had like fucking Damascus bars, like fucking crystals, and then gacha tickets. And then every day it's like a lottery raffle. You can, the least you'll get is 10 rolls, but then you can actually get up to 100 rolls. And then meanwhile, in FGO, it's like, heh, have a crystal.
Have a blue rider skill gem. that's right. NA, I forgot. NA had a really long wait a couple of days ago because they had a bug where people would randomly lose all their CDs from their inventory. So yeah, that was pretty bad, and you should have a lot of apologies and apples from that. I think it was 11 because it was like 11 nowadays.
Who wants apples? You want gems.
Yeah, we'll take the gems over apples any day.
You know what they should give you guys? 100 gems and then 100 like gold monuments of each class with like fucking all the current materials, 20 copies of each. That should be apologetic.
That's too good, man. That's too good. Then
How about just how
how
about just 200 gold EXP?
That's not bad. I'll take that.
I'll take that. I don't mind.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
That's fair, right? I don't have to farm.
That sounds fair. 200 gold EXP sounds fair.
I can probably level a servant to 90.
I don't think so. Not 90 yet. You'll probably be able to level them to like 70. Where FGO can use all units, you need high level units in GBF to do anything. Like high rarity units?
Nah, GBF requires your weapon pool.
Your weapons, yeah. Well, GBF is farming hell, is all I hear, so.
The Attack on Titan event was pretty fun.
Good luck to anyone who's playing.
You can't take me to Korea.
And yes, there is one more update in general for FGO JP. As of the end of January next month, the minimum requirement for phones now will be 1.5 gig RAM.
That's nothing, man. I got 6 gigs.
It's nothing for us, but it might be relevant to some other people.
You know what they should do? They should actually fucking extend those displays so I don't have that stupid 2 black bars next to it.
I told you they have better things to be thinking about. They're never going to prioritize that, like, ever.
Apparently they didn't do that for iPhone as well.
Yeah, because they didn't do it for Android.
Well, I don't know. They might have done it for iPhone. I haven't checked yet. I might need to like fucking like snatch my sis phone to try it out.
Man, imagine if random servants would delete it instead. Fuckers would bunker down and try not to die. Oh yeah. If people lost their servants, yeah, that'd be fucked. But I think that problem is fixed already now, so there should be no problem now. If there still is, then contact the devs if you have a problem. But I think generally people just stayed away from it, and I didn't log in while that was happening. So yeah. But yes, about the whole RAM thing, basically, I think there was a lot of people on like Facebook being like, shit, now I have to update my phone, or bye-bye, or cannot play FGO, or yeah, stuff like that. So kinda sucks for some people, but basically you need to upgrade your phone. Although there should be some cheap phones with like at least 1.5 gig RAM.
Nah, these days like 2 gigs RAM is like a fucking minimum requirement on majority of the phones, even if they're not flagship, so I'm not even surprised.
So yeah, you should be getting a new phone then, because these days the phones would be at least 2 gig RAMs. That's probably it. Yeah. I mean, if you didn't, like, if you couldn't tell from the rest of the animations from FGO and your phone dying, yeah. So your phone would probably be dying. Alright.
Merry Christmas,
See you later,
man.
Andrea, and Merry Christmas. And Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Speaking of which, what should we do for Christmas?
Well, like us?
Yeah.
Should we do anything? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, tomorrow's a holiday, so I guess we will sleep, but then maybe we can celebrate on Monday.
What you wanna do on Monday?
I don't know, like, cause like tomorrow's gonna be fucking like clogged with assholes everywhere, and everyone's gonna be like, you're gonna see like fucking couples everywhere on the street. So it's probably the best time to run people over, but I don't suggest doing that. So what you want to do is let tomorrow, stay at home, don't get hurt from it, then come back out the day after, and we go celebrate by having good food.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, right? GBF stream after you guys stepped in.
Sure, I'll do a GBF stream for once. I haven't done one for ages.
Is there actually like a GBF live stream, or is it means like just casual GBF?
I think he meant casual GBF. Because GBF live stream just happened like a day or two ago. So, because it's GBF Fest at the moment, so.
Yeah, I see. And the last thing on our list, I guess, is the FGO OVA.
Which one?
Yeah, there's going to be an FGO OVA.
Yay! What chapter is it gonna cover?
It's not any chapter, it's just a random OVA, so it's like a side story.
You know what we should stream, James?
What?
We should stream FGO VR.
Download it. We can stream it.
It's for free. You must well download it.
But yeah, so the OVA is called Moonlight / Lost Room. It's airing on the 31st, and it's about a room that's forgotten in California. If that explains it. That was the blurb that I could find. So yeah, that's all it is. And yes, we did get haircuts. Me and Charles both got their haircut.
Our hair was too long, so the hair.
Apparently, we got scolded for having hair that was too long.
It was like, don't you guys take care of your hair? And then, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, so that's the OVA. Any thoughts on it? Any random thing?
For what?
Kind of,
I haven't seen the OVA, so.
Like you haven't seen the first anime?
I saw the first anime. It was pretty fucking bad. Kita's video of the
first
video.
anime was...
No, I didn't look at Kita's video because basically he was busy, and then he just came back from Japan, and I didn't see anything else about it, so I just kind of but then it was his.
I haven't seen it.
It was his birthday, so happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean. If he's watching this, maybe we'll message him later.
I'll message him later, but happy birthday, Sean.
Long hair for Charles is like, I don't know, about here maybe. Long hair for me is like down here. Like, I've had long hair, like really long hair. Like for me, long is like really long. The Charles long is like moderately long.
My long is like to the neck. The longest I had back then was like I think it's like to here, and it was so long. So what I had to do is I kind of like made a ponytail.
I actually had a ponytail.
Oh no, it wasn't a ponytail. It wasn't a ponytail. It was basically I grabbed like two strands here and tie it up. So it's like here, something like that. But I can't remember how I did it. It was a popular hairstyle back then, but then now it's just basically cutting it short just like this and then waxing it back.
Back then my hair was like literally long enough to have a ponytail, so it'd go all the way down to here, down here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like halfway. Like
it's actually really inconvenient having long hair as well. So
yeah, it's actually really inconvenient. Like, it gets hot really fast. You have to maintain it really well. Like you gotta wash it. Drying it is a pain in the ass.
I don't dry my hair though.
You gotta do that like every day. So yeah. And also it gets in your face and everything as well, especially with the big blue.
Nah, it just feels annoying when you try to wear earphones.
Oh, that's like, it's not too that part. But yeah. And I think the Apocrypha anime is almost about to end soon. You've read the book, right, Charles?
Yes.
Okay, so you know.
I actually read another book that I don't think anyone knows about it. It's called Fate Labyrinth.
Fate Labyrinth. I've heard of Fate Labyrinth before, but I never looked into it.
That one is actually pretty good, but then no one's translated though, so I don't know why.
But yeah, the Fate Apocrypha anime, I think it feels like it's about to end. Right now it's up to like episode 20 something. The last episode, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it, although it's been a week already, so you probably should have watched it by now. Is whatchamacallit, Mordred and her master die taking down Semiramis. Assuming Semiramis is dead, don't know. And Jun versus Shakespeare. And Jun is being confronted by her conflict with her internal conflict with allowing Steve to participate in the battle, kind of thing. So yeah. That's the one where Monica got Robin as a servant, right? I don't know. Is that it, Charles?
Which one?
The one you're talking about, Fate Labyrinth. The one Monica got Robin as a servant.
She didn't get Robin's in it, but she didn't get Robin as a servant. What happened was basically she kind of like possessed into a body of a master inside this labyrinth, and basically that body summoned King Arthur, which is Arteria, instead of the prototype Arthur that she's used to. Because Sajo Manaka was the master of the male Arthur, remember? From Fate Prototype?
I remember that.
Yeah. So it's like a different interaction. And then basically in Prototype, Saber betrayed her and threw her down the pit into the Holy Grail.
Yeah, okay. Because wasn't it because Monica was like the bad one? Or...
Monica wasn't a bad one. She just went like fucking yandere.
Yeah. So that. I don't really know the story, so yeah.
It's really interesting. So like, Robin's in it. I remember Medea was in it, and then there was also I think Hassan. It was Hassan.
Which Hassan?
The one with the weird ass fat hand.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That one.
Hassan. She's fucking insane. Okay.
But Apocrypha was, how do I say it? I kind of find Apocrypha, I never really liked it because I feel like it's kind of forced, the whole story.
The
The story is kind of forced, like it's kind of forced into a reality instead of a proper story.
I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
Because like it's meant to be from a game, right? And where you play as a master and with your servant, you're meant to like witness and progress on with the whole story. But then like they kind of forced it into like a complete linear story. So yeah, it's kind of like McDonald's pretty much. It's like a fucking Happy Meal mashed together with like pork and sausage bun and like filet o fish together, and the taste is just bad.
So too much shit mixed in together that made it bad.
Yeah, because it's meant to be read and digest slowly, but then they just kind of like smashed everything together.
You're talking about the anime or Apocrypha in general?
Apocrypha in general. Like, even though it's like written in a few books, it's still not enough to cover it. Because it's like, for example, if you play an MMORPG, right? It takes you like fucking a month or two just to progress throughout the whole story. Because you slowly like understand it. But then instead of playing it in a game which got cancelled, they kind of just try to write everything in like a rush and then kind of like squeeze all these knowledge in you in one shot. That's how it felt like. And the taste from it's pretty bad.
Okay.
And some perspective, right? Like, how do I say it? Like, the characters themselves, like, not every one of them are pretty interesting in my opinion. Like, some of them are worthy to be focused on, didn't get focused on, and then they focused on the unnecessary ones, in my opinion. Like, Siegfried, or, you know, there you go.
I had to have a protagonist. I decided to have the homunculus Sieg as the protagonist. Like,
I still find it unnecessary. Like, if I was Sieg, I wouldn't give a fuck about the homunculus, but for story's sake, I'll let you live and I'll die. Ha ha ha.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the story, like, I know a lot of people don't like the story particularly. For me personally, I feel it's kind of okay, but at least it kind of explores
And then
some
making
interesting content.
Jeanne d'Arc as a romantic interest of Zig.
Yeah, that's kind of.
That's even more forced.
That's pretty forced.
If they made her into a romantic interest, then she just basically betrayed her whole religion.
And that's basically the conflict that's happening right now, actually, in the episode. It's like, why are you interested in him when you shouldn't be, kind of blah blah blah, you know, that bullshit.
See?
Yeah. Like, it actually goes through it in the stories. I'm like, okay, you know.
That's one of the major reasons why I don't like Apocrypha, and I didn't even bother watching the anime. But
The anime is a different story. The anime is just, the animation is not great. Or, like, to be nice, the animation is not great.
like, it's also hard because instead of, like, you know, just a few masters and servants, you times the numbers by double because it's one side against the other side. It's like a fucking battle royale, but in a fucking messed up way. So yeah.
She's being affected by the girl she's possessed. Yeah, that could make sense. The bad thing is that it's partially because of Letitia. Yeah, the girl she's possessed. Yusiga's become a Jack. Guys like this. Unfortunately, it is only in 2D when shit like this can happen.
Yep. He is right.
just makes guys like us bad. That's okay. That's okay. We can all be bros.
It's also like really bad because it's encouraging guys to think, oh, something like that's going to be happening.
Early like dumbasses who can't distinguish reality and fiction. Okay, I guess that's a lot of weebs like that. I'm not saying anyone specifically. Okay?
I'm not gonna say anything. You dug your own grave.
I'm just being honest. No, just say the truth. The distinction between reality and fiction. Yeah, if you can't make that, then. But there's actually surprisingly a fair number of people who can't. So.
Meanwhile, they get to play the arcade game, and we don't want to. They don't get to play it.
I don't think we're ever going to get to play that game, man.
Sean get to play it.
He went to Japan and played it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, they're pretty much like the only way you'd be able to play it is if you go to Japan. They're not going to port it overseas. I doubt it. To a console, I don't see that happening really either. I mean, I guess it's not possible. They could bring it to like PS4 or something.
What?
Like,
it could happen. It could happen. I mean, Dissidia got brought to PS4.
Yeah, it could happen. It's not impossible.
You never know.
Like, it's because typically arcade games don't get ported over, which really sucks. There's a lot of fun arcade games.
Let's just hope that Last Encore is a good one.
Extra Last Encore.
Yeah.
It starts airing at the end of January, I think. So yeah. I have high expectations for it because it's Shaft.
You never know.
But I really like Shaft. Shaft is really good. So
You just like it because it's from the Monogatari series.
it's not just Monogatari series, but you know, there's like
There's like
what is it?
Madoka.
Yeah, Madoka, and there is what's that? Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was before Shaft though.
That is Shaft.
Shaft didn't exist back then.
No, Sayonara Zetsubo is Shaft. I'm pretty sure that's Shaft.
It's afterwards they separated and made into a new group called Shaft, right?
Sure.
Pretty sure. Unless I'm wrong.
Aha! It says Studio Shaft here.
Oh no, the one I thought was Trigger. It was another studio, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm also like really looking forward to that anime because I don't know all that much about Extra. If people tell me I should play the game, I'm just really late and I haven't. So, I mean, maybe I'll get more motivation to play the game after watching the anime. So yeah. So, I don't know. But I am really interested. Like, I haven't even played Extella.
I played Extra, like I got up to fucking I got up to the part where I was against the African lady with Lubu.
African lady? Extella? What?
Rani. No, Extra.
Extra?
Extella is like a fucking side story, no one gives a fuck. It's just waifu wars, okay?
And yeah, about that Trip C translation, apparently there has been some progress in it, so...
People said they're doing it, but then I just lost hope. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, man.
I think it's just going to take a lot of time.
Let's be honest. You might as well use that time to fucking learn Jap and then come back.
Like don't get your hopes up, and you'll see it eventually, and you'll be like, oh, it's finally out now. You know, like if you spend your whole time waiting for it, then it'll probably just feel like forever, especially.
I wouldn't call Extella a sequel. It just feels like a fucking spin-off, just to like fulfill all your waifu desires. That's how I felt when I was playing the game. I was just like, okay.
Oh, by the way, I heard a rumor that it was a theory that the Altera from the Christmas Altera, so Altera da Santa, right, is apparently the one from Extella. Because you know in Extella, she's all like very nice, like kind. Like,
but you know that they are all one person, right?
No, they're not. They're two.
No, they're the focus of the whole entity. So basically, she separated herself into two. So the other
she separated herself into two, but she's kind of different. Like, you know, the one in F tier, like the original Altera is actually like very cold and like I urge destroys civilizations and kind of thing. I mean, she kind of warms up to you at the end of her bond lines a little bit, but like she's still.
They change her lines pretty much though.
Destroy civilizations and shit like that. But like in the Extella one, like she's like got like 2 or 3 distinct personalities or something like that.
Only 2.
In Extella.
It's the giant and the midget, and the midget's the one we get in FGO.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They're assuming that the kind one is the new Altera. That's what they're assuming.
But yeah,
it's a theory.
It's just they're the same thing actually. They share memories and everything. So I'm like, eh.
They're basically the same, but they're kind of different. So yeah. So I mean, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's just there for roles.
Well, we don't get to see Banana Queen anymore.
So we pretty much covered everything of the news.
Christmas was fun. Now we wait for New Year's. Will we get a New Year's event? No. You probably get a
We're not gonna get a New Year's.
New Year's guaranteed gacha, and you wait for the new chapter. Chapter 2.
This chapter will probably come out after the New Year's inventor bonuses or whatnot. I assume.
Assume.
Also, the one we got next year just had more of the giant one versions for fun. The shields filled with Christmas spirit. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, basically that.
Oh yeah, I actually played through like with Rishka Girl's MP a few times. So the Majid, right? It was actually not Majid.
It's Nito,
It was
right?
Nito. It was Nito's swimsuit.
Yeah, Nito in a midget. I mean, I figured that would be the case. They would just show some random midget and show Nito. But like, I still haven't seen it because I haven't used the MP. I'm gonna.
You have to look at the top of the mountain. They stand at the top of the mountain.
Okay. Yeah, but apparently Nito and King Hassan appear in Ereshkigal's MP. Nice. Still have not seen. Memorial battles. I don't know about the memorial battles. Last time we got memorial battles was anniversary, I think.
What's memorial battle?
Remember how we had to fight against the bosses of all the chapters again for the memorial battles?
Oh, that was
It
easy.
was like a special event for the anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Saying that we might get it again.
Not surprised.
Yeah, it would be surprising, but I guess that'd be cool. I think it feels a bit sweet. They could do it for EOR, I guess. Yeah, that's not bad. But yes, they did announce the New Year's guaranteed gacha, and with all the servants in it and stuff. So you can pop up in the chicken one. But basically, yeah, A and B block.
When they're together, right? Nito's on the left and King Hassan's on the right. So stay.
Haven't been able to see them together. I gotta keep my eye out for that. Because like typically I just hit the MP and I don't look. I was like, wow, I've already seen it. I gotta keep watching. But also, I haven't used my Russian Girl much because I'm farming the Saber map currently for dust. Sand. Gotta get the lottery boxes, man. I'm aiming to open 50.
What?
50 lottery boxes.
For what?
Just to get the items. Farming seal gems, that's all. I can level up my skill, you know?
Doesn't matter, James. They'll give it to you. They give you one rider skill gem for New Year's, man.
One rider gem.
Not even yellow.
Not even yellow. One new rider skill gem. They might as well give us one Saint Quartz fragment.
Are you guys going to roll for the paid gacha? If so, which one are you aiming for? Thick caster.
We are. But I don't know which one I'm going to aim for actually. I'm most likely going to aim for the one with the cavalry classes. Like the one with the alter egos.
Because he wants Jan Alta.
I said alter egos. Because I want Alta and Kiara the most, probably.
Kiara's crap. Why would you bother?
But like, Melt is decent. She's basically like Okita in alter ego class. And what was the name again? Kiara is actually pretty good if you know how to use her. People say she's shit, but that's because she does little damage.
She doesn't go well to Merlin. Forget about it, James.
I don't really need Merlin. She's not supposed to go with Merlin. She's supposed to go with Waver and Tamaro. That's how she's supposed to go with. Fuck the yellow skill gems. I got tons of this shit. Give me the fucking blue ones. I don't have that many blue ones. I have like so many.
I never have enough skill gems because there's just too many servants.
So I say farm the lottery. I get plenty of skill gems.
I already cleared 10 boxes. I'm lazy.
I'm a farm for 50.
Jesus Christ, man. Good luck.
So farm. So yeah, spend the rest of these 2-3 days farming. Get rewarded with more skill gems. I also need them nuts. I need them nuts.
I need more chains.
I think you get chains.
Fucking Erishka Girls uses chains, man.
That's not the problem. You know what the problem is? She uses 70 of the new mat from the last BOR4 map. Yeah. So she uses 70 per skill.
I give up. I'll just let YJ do it.
You really think he's gonna do it?
Don't know, man. Oh yeah, I still owe him 40 rolls. Forgot about it.
Believe in your luck. I will. I'm going to 10-10-10 my Ereshkigal when I can.
I already made her 664. I mean 466.
My one's at 588, so
Jeez, you know, like
I can't get her. 8 to 9 is ridiculous. I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it.
I just kind of don't. I don't want to go on, man. It's stupid. It's eating all my cash.
That's why you do the lottery. Get you people better. Like fucking hell, Ereshkigal 72 fucking spikes. Exactly, 72 fucking spikes. God damn.
I don't even know why they decided to make it such a high number. Are you sure it's not a bug?
No, that's not a bug. That's it. That's 72 fucking spikes.
You get to 9 and then you use the fucking Rubik's Cube.
That's the first time I've seen so many, actually, I think. Usually it's been around like 60 or something, but 72. Oh my god. Trying to drive me insane funding for that shit. But yeah, so that is for Ereshkigal. It's pretty good. Get her if you can. 50% MP charge. Buffs your team with protection from the underworld. It's pretty good.
I think that sums up for our stream today.
That's basically it for our stream today. So basically at this point we're just blabbering on. People wanted Erish. DW is doing this on purpose.
Yeah, they're doing it on purpose. They know you don't have enough apples, so you have to use quartz.
I have apples.
Enough to farm 72.
I'm not going to actually try and spam apples and farm that shit. I'll spam apples to farm the lottery boxes, that's guaranteed. But for a chance farming, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll probably just have to wait for like events to come and grab them. So probably like 1 or 2 events, then I'll probably be able to max her out, maybe, or maybe a couple more. We'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be
Well, I think we'll wrap it up today.
Yeah, probably wrap it up there.
We'll wrap it up here for today. Thanks for hanging out today with us, guys. Thank you. We will announce our next stream schedule
on Facebook.
On Faceballs. And,
so if you haven't liked that page yet, do so and click on the notification.
If you guys want to chat more, we do have a Discord server down there which you can click and talk to us in person. Just don't call us, but yeah, until then, it's fun hanging out with you guys. This is Charlie. The one on my right is James. So
and we will see you guys
next time. Bye bye.
Bye.